Welcome back everyone to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is season 4 setup round of Time of Legends Joan of Arc, and we are playing through the Black Prince's Ride scenario. So we're back to the main box set. I went ahead and got most of the board set up, so if you see the map here, I've got the main pieces placed, terrains placed, buildings placed. So you can see this is actually a battle of 4 armies. You've got the Earl of Suffolk over here for the English. You've also got the Black Prince mounted here, and I've got both of these English leaders with the red bases, so you can, and as best as I could, any of them that are red painted. So there's always a member red in the army to kind of cover that. And then for the French, we've got the mounted knights, and again blue-based leader. We've also got Amory de Crone here in the blue base, and then wrapping it up with Erwan, right? So he's also got the blue base. I'll get that snapped in a little bit better. So you've got 1 foot knight, 1 bowman, 3 voliere. You've got pikemen, bowmen for the English. And the wagon. You got a wagon there. As you guys know, we've got a number of paint through videos out there. I'll just quickly show you. If you guys are interested in miniatures, I do my best to get them on the table and painted. So go check those videos out if you're into that. And some other mechanisms for this one we'll get into. Let's read through the description. So the Black Prince's Ride, August 1356. 10 years after the Battle of Crécy, the Black Prince prepares a pillaging campaign in France. Now we played the Battle of Crécy so in our season 2, you guys can go check that out if you haven't seen that. The Black Prince prepares a pillaging campaign in France. While the Vikings sail upstream on their long ships, the prince intends to attack on horseback. So there's going to be a pillaging campaign through France. The prince's main goal with this ride is to weaken King John the Good. John II, John the Good, holds his vassals, of course. Grabbing French riches along the way is beneficial too. For months, the English forces burn down farms, cities, castles, churches. The lucky ones only have to pay a ransom in exchange for their lives. Thankfully, a resistance force is getting set up. A bishop excommunicates the Black Prince. So we got the bishop here in the church. So the bishop excommunicates the Black Prince. Castles hold their ground against the plunderers, and more importantly, the King of France is coming over with an army. Near the town of Romoratin, the French vanguard ambushes an English convoy. So that's the main setup. We've also got a couple mechanisms here. So the wagon has to go, basically we've got these 2 tokens. One of them has got orders for where the wagon goes, and one of them is blank. So what we'll do is we'll sort of mix these up. We don't know which one is which, and then we place these. So the destination of the wagon, if we see the victory conditions, it says for the French, they either the army wins the game if it brings 4 citizens onto the church, or if the wagon is captured, or if 8 English units are destroyed or disrupted. English side wins if it brings the wagon to the correct destination. That's the wagon where the orders are. Or the English also win if it destroys a total of 6 French units and or citizens. If 2 players are on this, so you can play this as a 2-player game or a 4-player game. So they've got this set up as basically 1 English army, 2 English armies, 1 French army, 2 French armies, right? So this is a way you can break it up. So what we'll do is we'll take these questions. So we're not sure which one is the right destination. We place 1 here on this corner, and we place the other one up here. So those are the possible destinations. Only one of them is right. Then we also have these 6 citizen tokens, And those get placed here. Citizen token up here. So the citizens are quite scattered around. We've also got the soothsayer up on the board, and we can read into his character in a bit. Another citizen here, another citizen here, and here. Then we got to set up our rally points. So we've got our English rally points here. One of them is back here. So you've got bowmen and cavalry in the woods for the English, so they're kind of getting ready for the attack. And then you've got this first force protecting the cart. This is Earl of Suffolk's force, and also the location of his rally point is here. So they've sort of moved from here. They're already advancing. It's kind of the idea. Got a number of peasants already on the board. So then let's grab the French rally points. So we got our French rally points here. We've got one by the well outside the city here. And then we've got another one up in the hills by this small shrub here. So yeah, so let's take a look at the cards that we've got. So we've got our intrigue cards, both for the Black Prince and the Earl of Suffolk, for the English. And we also have mounted Black Prince, Earl of Suffolk cards. And then their forces, as we mentioned, bowmen, sergeant at arms, French mounted knights, and then another round of bowmen, almogavars, and pikemen. So I think that should be, that mounted knight is wrong. I think I flipped these cards. So these are here. Bishop is with the French. Mounted knights might have gotten switched here. So let's, yes, so we've got the French mounted knights here. So let's go, yes, let's go through this again. So Earl of Suffolk and the Black Prince, they get bowmen, pikemen, and almogavars. And then they also get a sergeant at arms, they get the non-French branded mounted knights. It looks like we got a French and a non-French mounted knight. So they get the English mounted knights, and then they get a sergeant at arms. Oh, you got that already. And then they get bowmen. I thought I had short bowmen also. I think I might have put it back in the box. So here's the bowman, that's fine. Oh yeah, short bow. Okay, that's for the French. Okay, so this is for the English on our French side. We've also got the intrigue cards. And then we've got the 3 hero cards, Erwan, Amory, and Bosico. I butchered that name. And then they have on the French side they've got sergeant at arms, the other mounted knights, sergeant at arms and mounted knights, and crossbowmen. So the crossbowmen are down here if you check this out. See our crossbowmen here, and then they also have the peasants, the citizens, Boardgame, foot knights, the short bowman, and also the priest who's the bishop. priest gets the power to heal, so he's automatic on this side. There's two other cards among the civilian forces, we'll call them. There's a guide that you can place in the game, and there's also the Bone Setter. During the camp phase, reroll once the Doom dice for 2 allied disrupted units. So the Bone Setter helps you reclaim back your disrupted units. So I think that's just about going to do it for the game setup. I'll go ahead and place the extra tokens on the board and get all of our decks set up. This is an 8-round game, so I'll get our various decks set up, and we'll see you guys in round 1. Thanks for watching the setup. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.